This is the harsh reality, as this player's performance today might mark the end of something historic and special. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Happy to be back. Not happy again with the performances today. Let's talk about it. Like I said, please subscribe. We're getting close to 2,000, and it would make me very, very happy if we got there. So please keep subscribing. So, you saw what happened today. This one hurts, not because it was like a close, well, I mean, it was a close winnable game, but like the fact that like this is like the first time in a while, I think, that it wasn't our offense that let us down, it was our pitching. And I'm sure obviously it's happened before, but I feel like this is the first time I can think of in a while that it's actually happened. Before we get into too deep, let's talk about our AJ Cassavell recap. Final, Cardinals 9, Padres 7. Yu Darvish allowed 8 runs over 3 1/3 innings. Padres offense with 13 hits and a home run from Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado cut into the lead, but couldn't pull all the way back. Padres wildcard cushion is down just to 1 game. You were wondering, that's bad. That's very, very bad. Yu Darvish. I'm torn by Yu Darvish because I love Yu Darvish. I'm such a Yu Darvish fan. I think he's super cool. But he hasn't looked great. And I know he just got back from injury, so like we can't expect him to go through like his full Cy Young Award performances. Not that he's won a Cy... Has he won a Cy Young? I don't think he has. But he's a really good pitcher, right? Like he's been a really good pitcher for most of his career, but it hasn't looked that way as of recently. So let's just look at the box score real quick. So as you can see, obviously a loss for Darvish, obviously a win for Gray. Neither looked great. It was a battle of mediocrity. Let's put it that way. Offensively, no mediocrity. Pitching-wise, mediocrity. And then, of course, the pitching box score, Darvish looked horrible. I mean, it's no nice way to say it. Horrible. Matsui is proving again why he should not be on this team, even though I also love Matsui. I mean, I guess it could have been worse. I mean, he didn't give up the earned run. But Peralta, we'll talk about that in a sec, actually. But yeah, I mean, not a great day. not a great day. Let's look at some comments. Hello, Yu Darvish. I'm sorry you look so sad because I love you, Darvish. Darvish doesn't look anything like himself. His velocity is down. All of his breaking pitches are basically rolled up there. It's like he is hurt and not wanting to finish his pitches. This Darvish isn't close to the one in the playoffs last year. There may be a bigger forearm issue than we are being told. I'm hoping it's just a build-up issue. Maybe it's just cope. So yeah, also I forgot to say this, but full transparency, I was working today, so I did miss the game. Basically, I don't think I watched a single part of the game. So that's why I was a little hesitant with the Matsui thing, because I saw he did bad today, but he didn't give him an earned run. So I was a little confused by that, but I don't know. If I'm wrong about that, please yell at me. I guess I could have looked at the... I can look at it. Hold on, I can look at it right now. Give me a sec. I'll pause real quick while I do that. So let me just quickly transition. Okay, no, my bad. Yeah, okay. I'm dumb. So he didn't look great today, obviously, because of the 2 walks and the hits. But Peralta's the one who gave up the home run. I don't know what I'm tired today. I'm so sorry. I just got off work and I rushed back here. But no, I mean, I guess that leads into the next point then. But I'll get into it in a second, like I said. But where did I save it? Right here. Let's do this first. Dude is 38. It was always coming sooner or later. I thought the 6-year extension was dumb when they offered it to him when he was already 36. I can only imagine it's going to age terribly. Don't get me wrong. I love the guy. Same. And it sucks to see any player start that downward progression. But the guys that are still elite in their late 30s aren't all that common. You know what? Darvish usually has a clunker game each year. I just think this was his game. This game was his one of for the year. He's had that double-digit bed crapper in San Francisco a few years ago, giving up 8 to the Cubs last year. If he's had another one, then I'll be super worried. But yeah, dude is 38, but not overly concerned yet. So yeah, I feel like Darvish always has slow starts. And I have some stats that might back it up. I might not back it up, but I'll show you in a sec. But I feel like Darvish always starts off slow, and then he starts picking it up over time. We don't really have that luxury because it's July, late July, almost a trade deadline. So when you play bad during the trade deadline or before the trade deadline, it makes things worrisome, right? Again, I'll talk about that in a second because I have pictures for this. But one thing, if Darvish is a real one, he retires, let the Padres save some money. Me personally, I would never do that, but hopefully you is a better person than me. Yeah, I mean, I think Darvish has talked about the possibility of retiring. Not going to happen this year. I don't think next year, but we'll see. I mean, when he hits 40 maybe. But Darvish is one of those pitchers. I know we just said that pitching in your 30s is hard. If anyone can do it, like DeGrom or Kershaw or whatever, I think Darvish can be included in that list because Darvish is just so, A, he's a workhorse, and B, he just has so many pitches that, like, it works for him, right? But again, we'll talk about that in a sec. I know I keep saying that for, like, literally everything, but I promise you, I have a picture for it. So this is what I was talking about with the trade deadline. Darvish is a big factor, and if they should trade for trade Cease away, to be honest. First couple of outings were basically his spring training game, so it's hard to blame him there, but you would hope the rust is mostly off by now, so this isn't encouraging. So, yeah, Padres need reinforcements in a hurry. Ugly stretch of baseball. They'll be fine. But, yeah, trade deadline's coming. Pitching is going to be confusing. There's a lot of videos we're going to make pretty soon. But one of the points I've been seeing is if they trade Cease, the prospects they can get from Cease will be used to make other moves. Wheeling and dealing is a huge possibility and something AJ Preller can definitely do. But it's a huge risk because if we trade Cease away, that kind of leaves holes in our offense. And actually, I'm going to make a video about that a couple days from now. It'll come out I make a new video every morning, or I make a bunch of videos that get posted every morning. So that'll come out either either Saturday or Sunday. Let's put it that way. But yeah, back to topic. Darvish, like I was saying, I feel like he starts off slow, then gets hot. I mean, last year it was a good year for him. I think I have it right here. Let me see. He had a 3.31 last year, ERA. So yeah, it was a pretty good year. But in April, 450, and then he has a 293, 355, 320, 355. So, or that was pre and post All-Star. But obviously, he didn't start a lot last year. And again, he's old, so he's not going to start probably ever the rest of the year. But I mean, he did start off cold and then get pretty hot-ish, you could say. But last year, or 2023, wasn't like that, to be honest. I mean, maybe you could say it 360, 574, 540, and then 362, 466. Maybe not, but then 2022 was kind of similar. 444, 308, 252, 318, and then 405. It wasn't horrible. So I don't know if I can completely say that he starts off cold and then gets better. Kind of, but kind of not really. I don't know if it's a coincidence or it's just me diving too deep into numbers, but just because I love Darvish and I hope that it's true, I will say that it takes him a little bit to start. Let's put it that way, right? So let me, like I said, I kind of teased the Savant page. This is from last year, of course, because he didn't have that many starts, or he hasn't had that many starts yet this year. But he doesn't look bad. I mean, he looks like a good to average pitcher, as you can see from the numbers. But his expected ERA is 362, but he was pitching 331, so he's outperforming. He was outperforming from last year. His run value is good. His breaking stuff is obviously really good because he has like 50 different pitches. Velocity's not as good as it has been. People don't chase him or people do chase his pitches a lot because again, he has like 15 billion pitches, doesn't walk that many people. So that's what he could look like at the age he's at, because he was obviously 37 back then or last year. So you can see he can be good. So we're gonna hold on hope, right? Because it's not like we can really get rid of him. No one's gonna want him. So we either have to, I don't want to say hope that he retires because that's rude, but either hope that he retires or he picks it up, right? And that's pretty much all you can wish for. But yeah, let's talk about the offense just a little bit. But I know it's easy to hate on... Oh, I forgot to mention this. I know it's easy to hate on Wandy, but honestly, he's been mostly fine. It's Yuki who's been a disappointment, which is true. Even though I love Yuki Pookie and I don't like Wandy, it's the opposite. Wandy's been pretty A-okay. Yuki's been the disappointment. And that sucks, because I don't know what that means for Yuki's trade market or if we're just going to release him. I hope not. But again, he's been a disappointment, and it makes me sad. Now for the offense. Padres and Cardinals slugged 2 homers apiece. First 2+ innings, 7-5. St. Louis, top of the third. Tatis Jr. Machado have gone deep. It is very hot. More offense to come. As you can tell, more offense. Well, I guess it did slightly come, but pause. But yeah, and then I saw this. Tatis was 402. Machado was 40. I cut it off, but I think it was 408. Ready to see 400 plus shots to the opposite field. So yeah, I mean, we hit home runs, which is cool, but in the end, it just didn't work out. And like I showed you from this stat, we were 2 for 11 in teams running scoring position, so not great. Not great at all. I saw people getting mad at Cronenworth for not being clutch. Again, I didn't watch the game, so sorry, but it's not like he's not great in the clutch, but he's not horrible in the clutch. Let's put it that way, right? I feel like the most iconic moments you remember, but the most horrible moments from Cronenworth you kind of forget. So we're gonna try to like push this under the rug, you could say. But yeah, we're falling out of the division, or not falling out of the division, but we're getting close to San Francisco records, and they're playing horribly. So let's not be a San Francisco team. But tomorrow we have Nick Pivetta, who's like notorious for winning games after we lose games. So let's hope that continues, because we're playing Michaelis, who has been good, but this year not that great. So we're here's hoping that offense can pick it back up again, and Nick Pivetta can be Nick Pivetta. That'll be the only way we're winning tomorrow, if Nick Pivetta is Nick Pivetta. But yeah, that's pretty much it. How do you guys feel about Yu Darvish? Is it time to retire? Do you hate him? Or do you think he'll be better? This is just a one-game kind of thing. How do you feel about the offense? Do you think this is something we can keep doing in St. Louis? Or do you think this is another one-game, one-hit wonder offensive scoring game? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Sorry I'm a little tired today and I was a little jumbled, but I hope you still enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Go Padres. Goodbye.